DJ's starting to tease a little more again now that we're above 27, 2013 at the moment. I'm feeling it.
I forget how the lyrics go anyways.
Got us falling in love again, I think. Something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
how it goes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Tony, okay.
That was back when I was listening to all these songs.
Ooh,
but,
was it
really-
Usher or something?
Yeah, Usher, yeah.
Usher,
That was
yeah.
that was the jam back in 2012. It was like summer camp, and that was that's all we listened to. It was bringing back memories. But yeah, 27 here seems to be holding. As we're no man's land at the moment. We're seeing if you can hold 25 and break to hold above 27 and break 28. My charts here are terribly messy. I apologize for that, but just trying to hold 27 at this point. This is battlegrounds, I'd say. Shorts, this is like the last stand to try to hold it down, but I don't think they're keeping the party halted. It's the beat's gonna drop at some point, like you're saying, and when it does, hell's gonna break loose.
It's gonna be a good beat, that's for sure. The bass drop is gonna be insane. Funny enough, maybe all of this beat things that I've been talking about is because yesterday I went home. I was like, I don't feel like playing games. of you who don't trade these stocks or just like these stocks. But at the end of the day, this is a market where you have to look for where the opportunities are. You can't force opportunities out there. For example, some stocks that might be not moving at all. I mean, I don't even know how to look for those because I don't need a scanner to look for stocks that are not moving. I need scanners to look for stocks that are moving, right? So that's the point of it. That you want to look for positions that are in play, that have a catalyst behind them, and there's a reason that people are looking at it, allowing you to maybe scalp a penny off of retail traders here or there. When you try to fight algorithms, where the problem comes into. Here's Fubo though. Wow, now 20 cents above $6 on Fubo. The $6 break was so clean. I'm not sure if anyone actually took it on the floor. And if they did, they're missing out. That's okay. They had a lot more fun on Bed Bath and Beyond today. They're trying to preserve their capital and not give it back. They're most likely all just waiting for the 28 level break. And once that happens, you'll hear a lot of screams coming into play without a doubt.
Oh, that's for sure. And that's one thing. Thank you for really call that new $8 I think on a tear today, up 20% still. 560 now. To go off. I haven't traded this an awful lot today. But so far, still nearing high of day. It's possible in this market. Everything seems to be squeezing. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I lost quite a little bit. So someone who made a mistake. You know, I try to advise caution whenever. $6 All back above 26, heading back, now making quite a recovery. Looks like we got out that little, depression there. Now we're going above 26, holding hopefully. It looks like a bit of a triangle here. Steady movement, gonna go one way or the other. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting watch here. We'll see what happens in the next, couple of minutes. I suppose it's gonna be up one way or the other. I think this favors the upside. Did break above 26.50, close towards 27. Another shot high day above 28. That would be a good one. But yeah, at the moment, I think the seeing this stocks revitalize here on the alternate side. Code number is very important psychologically. I'd say that's where most of the limit orders are now sitting. So anything we want to break out there above the dollar, the daily limit sells right below it. So that's where those numbers matter. It should, make things look a bit positive, supposedly. That's as though markets are too perfect and things like dollar values and everything. So pretty magical fundamentals, discounted cash flows and value investments and future cash flows just fine or something like that. We all know it's not really what it's right now. Once again, we finished it. That triangle was the level of resistance. We couldn't really break above. Now we're going to see if 2450 can act as level of support as we bounce, I think, right back here in this area. Really, really great
And so far, BBB has won 3 of them, G-Box has won 4 of them, and Kirk has won 3 of them. Relative volume, relative strength in these positions. That's scattered to a point to me towards GBOX at 160, 170. Missed out on that trade. Literally look at Kirk, but clearly Kirk is the in play too, launching off to the north side. And you guys know BBB has been in play all day, my friends. Look at my longs, my 2 entry positions, my scalp exits, and I'm still holding that very same long from 23.95, which I never had to look back on. Never once had to look back on. So my friend said, I go whatever the guy goes, I go opposite.
Nice to be back.
What's that Cuban bracelet over there, buddy? Cuban bracelet? This guy is rocking Kanye bracelets on his wrist over there. I like it.
Don't dog my style.
I respect it, Cuban bracelets, I want one of those, man. Maybe one day down the road, once I start hitting those aftermarket earnings plays like you do. I spoke too much over there. Time to keep my mouth shut. 25.20, that's some size on the ask over there. Whoop, never mind. Got taken out right away. I mean, this stock was doing 200 million shares. 30,000 shares on the bid or ask is nothing. It doesn't matter anymore. But CCL short is what we're holding on to right now. CCL short 10 cents in the money. Doesn't look like CCL wants to push too far to the downside from 11. No, we finally actually broke 11. Good. We were struggling to break 11 this whole time, so finally 11 breaking. That's what I wanted to see, and now we're holding this. BBIG, did that stock open up yet? We're still waiting for the stock to open up. It's halted at 101. Dude looks like a UFC fighter. Don't piss me off. Oh yeah, trust me, I know about that. The stuff I actually told him when it'll be boring without some fun like this. I know Sean just yelled out BBIG go. That's because it's halting at $1.30.
There it is.
Ah, give me some size. Okay, we're long. No fake halt on me, please. Don't fake halt on me, please, 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 please. Okay, we're gonna halt 3, 2, 1.
I wasn't able to get filled.
There we go. I was a little off by a millisecond
Oh.
on this one, but at least we got the timing right. We are now long into BBIG. Let's see if we can take advantage of this position once it unhalts itself. In the money already, it says 23 cents. That's not true. That's not true at all. $1.50 in the money though on my friend Bed Bath & Beyond. Even Tilray's popping up right now. I'm noticing that on my second screen. Tilray up almost 1% on the day, and it's trying to take over, not take over, but trying to get into the pre-market high areas at $4.42 to $4.50 areas. Sold my TYDE, limit buys 106, 05, 01. Congratulations, as long as it's profitable, congratulations on that trade. People talking about Fubo now. Maybe you want to look at Fubo?
Yeah, let's have a look at Fubo. Is that NY?
Yes. NQ.
NQ, okay.
NY.
NY. Thanks, Brad. Okay, let's have a look at that. Okay. So yeah, definitely it's on the rise. Let's give it let's change to a 1 minute chart here, because we were looking at the 1 minute, 5 minute pattern on BBBY. Okay, so holding 6. Perhaps a long here would be warranted if we were able to make a new high here at maybe the 617, 620 level. Sometimes I like to take dip trades off key levels, so maybe a quick buy here with small size at 6 with a tight stop maybe at 590 or maybe 595, depending on the size that you're going in with. Let's have a look. Let's maybe even take a quick long here with a tighter stop. So we'll go in, take some decent size here, and we'll get in at 607. We'll off bid at 607, and we'll put in a stop at 599.
I like how you're processing all of that.
Yeah. It's like I'm convincing myself that that's the right thing to do. Okay, so we're a few cents in the money. We'll hold this one, see where it goes. If it makes a new high, we'll scalp some out at maybe 617 or so. Seems to be some good size on the bid here.
You good?
Yeah.
Yeah, so coming back to me over here, I'm still watching what the BBBY and BBIG. Currently, both of them, sorry, not both of them. BBIG is halted, but BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond, just hanging out in front of $24, $25. Very happy the fact that 24 does not want to break for now. As long as 24 doesn't break, I have no reason to get out because my average price is literally 24, 5 pennies below 24. Let's actually move away from the meme stocks a little bit and go to our favorites, tech sectors. Your Microsoft, why did I say it so weirdly? Your Microsoft, your Apple, your AMDs, and so on. What have they been doing today? Where's my mouse? Here's my mouse. AAPL. Apple currently at 172.80, almost 173, which was red on the day for Apple, continuing to be red once again, as it looks like the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 might just pull back from 43.15. What did I say? The market's going to 43.15 and rejecting it? Oh, baby, can I be more right today? Absolute swish. So 43.15 rejection market and trying to push back down from that level. I wish I had a short order sitting there to take advantage of that call out. Now the question is, does the S&P 500 close above VWAP, which is pretty much right next to 4,300? If the SPYs close above 4,300, then that's a very bullish sentiment in my opinion, after the original flush that the market gave us. That's the Nasdaq market gave us a big flush that brought the S&P 500 only down to 0.4, 0.5 areas, and now market completely turning back to the north side. I better see the market close above 42.95, above 4,300, or I'm going to be very upset as to why we had this random reversal move coming into play. At the end of the day, though, as Arun would say, who cares about what these moves are? Are they giving you a trade to take a trade out of? As long as they are, just shut up and push the executions. Just shut up and punch keys.
Yeah, and he'd tell me that I had too many entries and exits too. That he definitely tell me that.
That's based on like trader, I'd say. Though, Arun's the type of trader who enters and gives it that wiggle room, and if he wins, he also ends up being a big winner. but like I don't like seeing a big notional loser value on my thing. So for me, I like to scalp. But eventually, if you are, you know, in a beginner level, even scalp can turn it into that big notional value of a loser. So to each their own. Trade your own book. End of the day.
I agree with that. So we took about half off here on our Fubo trade at the 621 level. It's gone against us a little bit, but we're still in the money, so we're going to hold this one with a tight stop at 599.
Whoa!
And BBIG is making moves, so we'll have to.
We're halting downside. Get me out. That sucked. I just lost 10 cents on that trade instantly. Was it more than 10 cents? Let me go check over here. Yeah, I lost more than 10 cents on that, and you have to pay for shorts on this BBIG. It opened up and it instantly went into a halt. Sorry for cutting you off, Sharif.
Oh, no,
I just had to dive into this position. Lost. At least I didn't lose as much as I made on Bed Bath & Beyond, but it sucked to lose instantly 15, 20 cents on that.
Yeah, it sucks to lose anytime, but you know, BBIG is that kind of name. It will flip on you real quick as it just did. But holding here on our Fubo trade, perhaps maybe looking to add a little bit more if it doesn't go against us. We took a nice size in there earlier, so we're gonna resize up here, just because it makes sense to at this particular level. Where did BBIG? 137. 137. Is that an actual candle all the way up to almost 220? Jeez. Okay, so that's a dark wick pull. Okay. Yeah, just some of our charts here show dark. Okay.
So these dark pool candles are just a little annoying sometimes, but you know, if you just ignore them, as Sean just said, let me quickly go over here because honestly I did not pay attention. BBIG high day 138 at the moment, so it hit 138, it halted at 131, 132. I was talking about this because it was like bent on the inside, so it was like the mic wasn't touching it wasn't facing up. That's about it. Coming back to BBIG though, yeah, it's halted at the moment. We're just gonna have to wait for this. Bed Bath & Beyond is going. I mean, I wouldn't say it's going until 28 breaks, guys. I really don't care for these moves at the moment on BBBY. We're already long. I'm not trying to put it in a negative sentiment. We're already long on Bed Bath & Beyond, but we've been trading sideways for how long now? Each candle is a 5-minute candle. Well, let's just do this. 1140, 1240. So we've been trading sideways for about an hour or so, just struggling over here to take that 22 level, but also struggling to go below 24. So all things at the end of the day are in the positive direction for us. Bed Bath & Beyond is about to break the bull flag. Break to the upside, I guess. So if it does, then let's see it. Look at the volume pouring in on Bed Bath & Beyond right now. So yeah, maybe it does have the energy and the strength and the oomph to break it in the next few minutes.
Yeah, we just took a long there at 22.59. We're gonna scalp some out there. We took out half right at 27, so we're gonna hopefully we'll continue to go. There seems to be a big size here at 27, so we may have to wait for that. But we got in at a good entry there. We won't let it go against us too much. About 26.40 or 26.39 will be our out. We won't. Okay, and there we go. We're out of that one. But hey, we're still positive on it. We'll look perhaps for another dip trade, maybe off 26, maybe 25.90 into that level, into the 27 level, which is what we were marking for as the earlier break out of the bull flag. But that, hey, it's exactly as it's supposed to be. If I wasn't focused so much on FUBU, I would have taken that a little bit earlier, maybe at 26 or 25.80 out of that bull flag. So we'll look here, and we'll look at the level 2. The level 2, yeah, it's a little tricky here, especially midday when the volume tends to dry up a little bit. Let's enter into another position here as it starts to consolidate in that range between the 2640 and the 2660 level. Perhaps maybe should take a level here, and there we go. We're back in on that one. We won't let it go too much against us here. 2639 will be our out. This may consolidate for a little while before it breaks out. What are you looking at, Prad?
Just creating a little screenshot to share with Sean over here. But what am I looking at? Yeah, let me go over to. Whoa, you good there, buddy? Holy moly, this guy just machine gunned like 17 sneezes in a row. But let's go take a look at a couple stocks on the scanner over here. NU, I want to go take a look at NU at the moment. What is our Warren Buffett's favorite bank doing? NU trying to take the $6 level, but still struggling. Has not managed to take the 6 just yet. But I know all of you are watching NU. I think Neil and Sean are long at $5. You're still holding that long, Neil? He's still holding that long, I believe. So NU has been a pretty strong stock, man. Was up 10% in pre-market, now up 22%. So if you got long at 5, you're just laughing at the moment. Congratulations to Papa Buffett over there and any one of you in the chat who's long. I want to go head over to CCL because I was short CCL. I wanted to take that take profits on the downside of 11, but 11 only broke by 1 or 2 pennies and came back through 11. So that's not the best thing for me. I'm actually going to close my whole trade now. The fact that I see that, don't like the fact that it's trying to pop back up at the moment. But S&P 500 and NASDAQ at the daily 100 and the 50 period EMA. According to my 5-minute chart, there we go. It's on the 50 and the 100 period EMA. Let's see if buyers can come in at that level. And ES/U22CM just forming a nice support area around 43.05 or so, if you ask me. I'm guessing that's where we're going to look to try and bounce off of. And I'm sure you guys are still talking about Bed Bath and Beyond. So we'll just wait for that stock to start moving around a little bit more. Maybe we get that break of $28 to take advantage of that position. I mean, I'm already in it and I'm in the money, $2.30. And that's thanks for me not diddling in the middle. If I did diddle in the middle, I'd probably be screaming at the moment.
Yeah. So Joseph Blog says Rev around 828. Maybe we should pull up Rev and have a look here. So Rev's a New York stock. Let's figure that one out quick. Around 828. So where are we? These charts. Did it halt? Why is it look
no,
like
you're probably you just need to right click on your chart.
Yeah.
Go to custom dialog.
Yep.
Go to chart data, clear data, all the way at the top. Hit apply. And then just refresh your chart. So
Sure.
your
We're going
cache
to
memory
BBY.
just got filled up over there, and then you sometimes, every time it does that, you just refresh it. Okay. But here's Revlon, as you guys were talking about. Man, this stock has been pretty strong today. It actually broke $10. What? How come none of you in chat called out? I guess because Bed Bath & Beyond and BBBY, BBIG, and all the other big stocks over there were going absolutely bonkers. So Revlon was a little bit on the shadow end of the trade today. But I love the trend of Revlon, even though it did break the trend not too long ago. Let me just draw the trend line that I'm talking about right there. So we were holding this trend for the most part, still above VWAP though, even after breaking that trend. So holding the trend for the most part, breaking 10, even breaking 11 apparently. Actually, no, not breaking 11, but getting close to 11, and then finally breaking the trend line, finding support at VWAP now is Revlon. We'll just wait and see if the stock can push back to 1050, 1060, at which point I think we'll see some resistance coming into play because of the tail end of that candle shows it to us like that. People are once again talking about BBIG. That's because BBIG unhalted. What did you do after unhalting? I have to go over here because of the dark pool candle. So let me quickly scroll in. Click on this chart. Is this chart on the daily? Hello, who's messing with my charts? So here's the 1-minute chart. So you open down. It opened exactly where it halted. It pushed down a little bit lower, then it went up and now went up a little bit more, created a new high idea at $1.40, coming back down, now trying to form a base at the previous halt prices at $1.30. I think $1.31 was the previous halt price. So let's see if we can launch back over here for BBIG and have some more fun over here. People are mentioning AMC, so let's head over to AMC also to see what this stock is doing. I'm not trying to draw a trend line, please go away from there. Yeah, AMC, the the long didn't work out for us, and good thing we got out of that long quick, because it would have been a little bit more painful than I wanted it to be. But AMC 1.5% up on the day, something that we haven't done all day so far, and it's only 1 hour left in the show. So that would be the YouTube spiel. Look, guys, I've been screaming all day, I've been yelling all day. I know we had tons of excitement, tons of entertainment, and tons of amazing trades also. If that's not what you're here for, then I honestly don't know what you're here for. Maybe you're here for my good looks and my amazing, my sense of fashion and whatnot. But at the end of the day, no, you're here for the trades and a little bit of entertainment and educational content. If you're enjoying that, smash that like button. Show us how much you like it. And I did say if we hit 5K likes, I'll go blind by the end of the year. So you know that goal that you gotta head up to. Manufacture the likes however you did last time if you want to see me blonde again. And for those of you who've already hit that like button, mucho obrigado. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Hit the subscribe button, you 40% that hasn't hit the subscribe button yet. I'm watching you right in your eye. I'm looking at you. Hit the subscribe button. Why have you not hit it yet? If you want to see more trades like Bed Bath & Beyond on a daily basis, I think that subscribe button deserves a click. Couple things of how you can help us out on a monetization level for the YouTube area. You can send us super chats. A lot of people have already sent us super chats with some special messages in there. For those of you who have, thank you very much. You see green names in the chat at the moment. You see how it says the Playmaker, Cashmere Giraffe right now putting in some custom emojis. You can only do that by becoming a member on the YouTube family. Click on the join button right under the video so you can listen to what Brando is saying about the member stuff over there. Last but not least, last thing, our merchandise, baby. Our merchandise directly on the YouTube store. Sadly, we only have one item on there right now. There used to be more. We got to figure out how to fix this for us. So we will fix it. But in the meantime, if you want to buy a hat from us, feel free to do so and post it on Instagram, post it on Twitter, so we can share it with this wonderful community that you've helped us build so far. Trader TV Live, #1 trading show on the internet, baby.
No
Forget
question about
YouTube,
that.
on the internet.
Oh, no question about that. So we averaged down into our BBY trade here at the 25.20 level, and now we're approaching 26.75. So we're going to scalp a little bit out. We're going to take about half the position here, and we'll hold the other half for the dream. Maybe we'll take another quarter out at 27. If it hits 27, we'll continue to follow that trade. Revlon looking good too, bouncing off VWAP, a nice level there right at the 99.50 level, and now it's approaching the 990 level. That would have been a nice entry if my chart had been working. Sadly, it was not. So we'll keep an eye on Revlon there. Let's actually pop it up here. Maybe we'll take a quick entry into Revlon at that particular level because it does look good. Now my chart's still acting up a little bit on Revlon, sadly. But we have another chart open here and will allow us to see the exact level we want to get into. Oh, and now it's working. Great. Okay.
Now it's working. Great. I like it. Yeah, pretty much. That's basically how everyone's looking at their trades for the most part. Oh, it's working. Great. Oh, it's not working. Right? But at the moment, it is what is working is this Bed Bath & Beyond. Let's see if we can have this round 6 battle attempt at the level 28 over here. 28 did break at one point, only by 50 cents or so. I guess I shouldn't say only, but there's no way you could have taken profits on that break of 28. It broke and it ran up there and it instantly nosedived back down below 28. Let me actually pull up BBBY to see if that was the exact high. Yeah, 28.60, 28.50 was the high. Come on, stop going back under 27. Hold the 27 bids, launch back to the north side, and burn these shorts. And look at me talking about burning shorts. The short seller telling people to get burnt. No, don't burn my short sellers. They're my boys.
Well,
but
you
no,
can go both ways. You're good.
That's what I'm trying to get down to. End of the day, it's not about my short sellers or my bulls or my bears. It's about your trade and how you can take profits on it. It's okay if you just want to be a long side trader. You know, my dad has that mentality. He's too scared to short. He doesn't want to short stocks. Nothing wrong with that. But in this game, you want to be able to make sure that you can take both sides of trades. There's a famous saying that bears make money, bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered. Don't be a oink oink.
So we just took out a half there at 27 level, and we're going to hold for 27.50 on that next one. That was a great average down. You know, with a stock like this, you're never, well, not never, but you're not likely to have the exact time. Timing, so it's always a good idea if you are able to average down into levels that you like. And in this particular case, it worked out. So we're going to actually close our position here totally, and we're going to wait for that the break of 28 to take another long, making a new day high there. But looking at the general market, so the NASDAQ or the ES is actually floating below that 50-day moving average. So an Apple is at the, just bounced off VWAP. So, you know, it's a slow time for the day, but still looking upward after that earlier move in the day. So big caps are looking good. Let's have a look at Apple here. Might be a nice little area to take a long on Apple, given that it just bounced off the VWAP at 172.60. We may be able to take a smaller position there with a tight stop right or below VWAP. So we'll go ahead with that.
Sharif is sweating. Brad looks like they leave Sharif under a heat lamp too long. You good there, bro?
Yeah, man.
Is it
hot,
the gym
so
or is it the?
It's the cardio.
It's the
It heats
cardio,
me up
yeah.
right before I came in.
Because trust me, it's not hot in here. I'll tell you that right now. It is not hot in here, boy. There's people rocking sweaters and whatnot in the background. So no.
No, but I'm always hot. Everyone knows here that I wear the cutoffs, and they think I'm showing off. It's because I get hot.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. I'm a human heat pump. That's what my friends call me. It would be nice if
Human.
Yeah. So we took that long here on Apple right at the 172.80 level, and we'll hold that one going into the afternoon, perhaps looking for a break of the open, which was 173.19. Perhaps we'll take out some there at that level. But this one is more of a buy and hold. This is not a scalp kind of trade like we are doing with BBY. So head back to BBBY and see what that one's up to. Ooh, it dipped hard on us there. Thankfully, we only. John?
It's a glass of water for you.
Yeah, he's dying, eh? He's
Not
dying.
only is he good
Thank you,
at
sir.
trading, but he's a good man.
He's a great man, bro. He's a great man, great coach, great father, great trader. Is there enough greats in there to put in for him? Maybe I'll stop before his ego gets inflated too much, you know? But anything else you want to say? He just came back to listen to some more sweet words about himself. But you know, enough about all of us over here, because I know you guys want to see Brendo. So let's send it over the big screen for volume leaderboard.
Hey guys, yeah, a quick update here as we head through the midday, I guess. We're officially past lunch hour. About break even right now as far as the U.S. markets are concerned. 10,950 individual listings on this board, of which 4,650 in positive territory, 5,000 and change to the downside. So take your pick. Goes either way, depending on 1,216 that are basically break even. Bit of a chop fest so far. 935 new lows currently, 112 to the upside right now, new highs. No surprise here, top of the board. Yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond. Wow. 250 million shares traded. What a move for BBBY. This green box, number 2 so far today. Crazy volume on that one as well. They do those point of sale devices in retail stores, almost 90 million. There's new holdings or new bank, depending on how you want to look at it. AMTD, all kinds of volume today. Mullen T2 or TTOO, which is T2 Biosystems. The SQ, TQs, Fubo, and DNA. Ginkgo Bioworks to the upside today as well. Greenbox, the biggest percentage gainer there, but BBBY, the only thing worth talking about today, guys. Back over to you.
Yeah, Sharif and I were just talking about our trading a little bit. You know, sometimes you feel like you're just not unstoppable, nothing nothing can touch you. I'm the GOAT. And then sometimes you're like, wow, I absolutely suck at this game. Like, I'm so bad. But that's the bipolar nature of the market. You can't win them every day, right? You can't catch them all, as a famous cartoon once said. But here's Bed Bath & Beyond trying to catch them all. And by catch them all, I'm talking about catching the shorts off guard. Let's see if they can do so once again. But let's move away from some of these stocks a little bit until we actually see some moves coming into play. Sharif, I want to ask you about, what sports do you watch?
Oh, so, okay, I'm a raging Dallas Cowboys fan. and some
NFL,
people-
put me to sleep.
Brendan just said, don't say that too loud. I know I've kind of got a rivalry going on with Sean and Neil about the Cowboys. Neither of them are fans, and that's fine. I'm used to the hate. As a Cowboys fan, you've been getting that forever, which is fine. I'm also a raging Arsenal fan. Arsenal is definitely through and through my favorite team. That goes ahead of Dallas because I'm more of a soccer fan. I actually studied in England for a couple of years, and before that, I didn't really care too much about soccer. I didn't know too much about Premier League soccer, and going out there, you just don't have that option. You become ensconced in soccer.
Yeah.
So
big word. Ensconced.
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 In soccer.
Ensconced.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was definitely an experience living out there for a couple of years and cheering Arsenal on. I haven't actually had a chance to go see one of their games, but that definitely is on my bucket list to go. When I was there, a friend of mine was a Man United fan, so we went and watched Man United versus Aston Villa there, which was definitely an experience. And the was we sat with the Aston Villa supporters as United fans, so we couldn't cheer for any of the. Otherwise, you get you guys know soccer, yeah. So those are my two big things. Also, I like tennis and I like boxing. So.
Okay. Boxing. I'm sorry, but boxing is a little boring. MMA guy. I like watching people bleed and fall to the ground every 10 seconds.
Gore.
Yeah, I like the gore. Honestly, I'm praying that one day, maybe this will never happen. That one day I'll be alive to see Gladiator style, where they're just going to the death.
Oh yeah,
I want. To get to there one day, but maybe not anytime soon.
Do you remember Pride from Japan? There was before UFC. There was something called Pride, and they used to kick each other when they were on the ground, and that was kind of like what you're talking about there. But I see Playmaker in the chat saying, "I'm breaking up with Sean and Prad. This guy is my fave Dallas Cowboys." Yes, Playmaker, I'm with you. I'm with
That
you.
is
all
his
the way,
team. That is his team.
No, that's Sean's friend, Playmaker. I think they met down in Miami. He talks about him all the time.
Yeah. Playmaker is a dope guy, man. We love Playmaker. He's been talking about Revlon quite a bit from the past. I guess he did mention Revlon at one point today. Maybe that's why he was talking about saying rev me up or whatever. I was confused what he meant by rev me up. That makes a lot more sense now. So yeah, Revlon for Playmaker. I think he bought it around like 3. $4 or so you're absolutely in the money. You're loving it. Congratulations to you on that trade. I'm trying to look for positions that are, but really nothing stands out besides these. PIK coming onto my radar over here. PIK, which was another squeeze stock from not too long ago, which was below a penny if I remember. Now at $2. Let's see if this stock is kind of parabolic a little bit. Really, it's up 10%, a little low on the volume. I can tell that just from looking at the chart. It is 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so we're expecting volume to come back slowly as the official lunchtime has come to an end. But time will tell. If you ask me, lunchtime time doesn't end till 2 o'clock, till 2:30, honestly. But that's because I don't find trades from this time until 2:30 usually, right? But if something's moving and something's giving us an opportunity to take advantage of, we will for sure go ahead and do that. Fubo getting ready to take off. It is possible for it to do so, and we'll send it to Sharif for that.
Yeah, let's have a look at Fubo because it's holding the Fubo. It's holding the 50 EMA quite well. It's actually been trailing it. Okay, so the New York stock. This is the frustrating part. Yeah, it's definitely holding that 50 EMA well, which is in and around 6. So perhaps a dip trade off 6 if it gets down there, or a break of 620 would be interesting. But Fubo just came out of nowhere. DAZN lost the rights to the Premiership this year, and that just came out of nowhere. And so now I'm forced to actually have DAZN for Champions League and Fubo for the Premier League. And you know,
Want to hear a quick little joke?
Go.
When I saw their ad, D-A-Z, I was like, oh, Dazed.
No.
Dazed, that's Dazed.
Yeah. That reminds me of a cousin who pronounces every name wrong. That's kind of his thing.
Yeah.
But no, having to kind of parcelize your subscription services is getting a little frustrating. You got cable for this and DAZN for that, Fubo for that. So yeah, everyone wants their cut. I wish it just could go back to the old days where everything was on cable.
I mean, isn't that what YouTube's trying to do? YouTube's trying to consolidate all these cables onto their platform, and then you just pay for these cables on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then you don't even need TV anymore because you have these Google Chromecasts that automatically have YouTube installed in them and so on. I think that's what YouTube is trying to do. We'll see where that one goes. I mean, we saw Prime Video trying to do that. Prime Video had a bunch of Crave TV subscription, this subscription, that subscription, and that really annoyed the crap out of me. I was like, why am I paying for Prime Video just so I can log in and get ad blasted by more subscriptions? Like, why don't you just tell me that off the start to begin with? Like, this is such a scam way to do it.
Goodness,
so
yes.
a lot of people felt like that too. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Not too long ago, Disney actually launched their ad-supported tier platform and also upped their previous tier platform to $10.99 if I remember correctly. So those of you who have Disney, you guys know exactly how that goes. A buddy of mine who actually has Disney, Spencer, you guys love Spencer, he was talking about a show on Disney called The Bear or something. So you know, I have to now go home and watch that show. Let's see how that one is. If some of you have been watching Bear, maybe you know how that one's is.
No, I haven't actually watched that show, but some funny in the chat here. Richie says it's not Fubu, it's Bufu. No, I think it's Fubu.
No, Fubu is like that clothing company
Fubo.
by Damon Wayne.
Yes, the guy on what's
Shark
it called?
Tank?
Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Yes. We used to wear that when we were young, but that's
Yeah.
a whole different story. So here at Fubo actually is breaking that level that I said I would take along, but you know, it just doesn't have the movement just quite yet. You can see that on the level 2 and the tape. It's kind of stair-stepping up, but without any real conviction. I think I might stay out of this one for a little bit until I see some more. Let's check back with BBBY, see what that one is up to. Actually, that's breaking 26, so maybe we'll forget about that one for a second. Revlon also, again, it's above VWAP. It's at that 975 level. We'll give it to VWAP, which is at the 950 level before we'll stop out of that position. Not much going on in small cap world at the moment. Let's have a look at what the ES is doing. The ES is moving back above that 50 period moving average into the 43 territory and taking Apple with it. So let's have a look at our Apple position because we did enter long at 172.95. Let's just go ahead and have a look at Apple here, .NQ. Yes, so we are well in the money now in our Apple position. We don't have a huge position on that, but you know, we're well in the money. So maybe we'll take out a quarter here. And there we go, a little red triangle to indicate that. What else is we got here? Meta's bouncing nicely off that 178.50 level, now at 179.75. A good move there. All of them basically, except Tesla, above VWAP. By that I mean Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Apple, and you know the big tech names. They're all in and around that area. I had a really good scalp today on Tesla early morning, right off the bat from the 9:30 level, the 9:30 time. right into, yeah, I was actually off 930, believe it or not. That's funny. It was right off the 930 bottom. I took it actually about to 935. So that was a pretty good little scalp there in the morning. How about you, Brad? What would you look at this morning?
I mean, I start off my morning routine by doing one and one thing only. It's opening up the Trader TV live/watch list. Actually, sorry, we don't do that anymore. I forgot. I'm so used to saying the script out loud. I open my email now and I go to my watch list in my email. That Brando fires it out into my email every morning. That allows me to look for stocks that actually have a catalyst behind it.
Yes.
Without a catalyst, I don't care. There's 10,000 stocks out there. I'm not trading all 10,000 stocks. I'm not going through 10,000 stocks to see which one has volume, which one doesn't. I'm gonna let Brando do the hard work for me. Thank you, Brando. I love you very much for that. And also read up articles, read up the earnings reports that come out, and see actually what stocks are worth trading. Once I narrow that down, then I will pull up the charts. You start off, well, at least this is how I do. I start off from the higher time frame, go to the lower time frame, map out my supports and resistances, and then I diddle in the middle, and then I complain about why the stock didn't work out for me. Right? But at the end of the day, it depends on who you are and how you create your system and so on off of that. Couple stocks that would have been in my system based off of that news would have been NU Holdings. You saw how NU traded today. A couple stocks that were not on our watch list but showed up on my relative strength scanners and so on, such as GBOX on NASDAQ. That's been a very strong stock today. We talked about GBOX quite a bit also.
Yeah,
so, you know, you really got to come up with this system that allows you to pick a stock, because stock selection is one of the most important things out there. You know, you got to learn what strategy to apply to what stock at what time, because even one thing out of place over there will lead to destruction, and then you'll start enforcing bad habits and everything just goes spiraling down from there on, right? So you want to really focus on things from there. I want to head over to Zoom, which had you know, some sort of a negative catalyst today behind it, which was a downgrade, if I remember correctly. Citibank coming in and downgrading Zoom to below $90, if I can remember. I don't have the number on here. It was in the morning watch list. I think they downgraded to around $90 or so, citing that the fears of business coming back to pre-COVID levels or during COVID levels are worrisome for this position, thanks to competitors such as Microsoft Teams, Google Meet. I mean, we're having a Google Meet right now. All of these traders on the behind us, they're not here because they're in a meeting, and some of the traders are actually remoting in from their home. And those guys are remoting in on what? Google Meets. We use Google Meets over here. We use Discord, and Microsoft Teams cost money, I think. But at the end of the day, all of these are very strong competitors to Zoom who have been lacking on their products quite a bit. So I called out the short on Zoom, mentioned the word I'm using. I called it out, didn't execute it. If calls made me money, I would be the guy sending rockets to Mars instead, right? But I called out the short on Zoom, saying this is monstrous. This is way too nonsense for it to be $500 for a video calling software. Watch it dive back down. But I guess you could have said the same for almost any stock that had the peak such as this during COVID era, because they all nosedived later on.
Yeah, they grossly overshot how much businesses would continue to use their platform after COVID. I feel like a lot of companies did that, most notably the retailers, the online retailers. Shopify grossly overestimated how much they would continue to see growth after the end of, or towards the end of COVID. I don't want to say we're at the end of COVID yet. Amazon also saw some declines in that regard. Speaking of Amazon, they're having union issues again. I hear that they're accusing the federal regulator of coming after Bezos and some of the other top guys. And in response to that, they had a walkout today at one of their California facilities, which was interesting. I don't know how much
Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how much really that'll affect anything stock-wise, but it is always
They
good
only
to
have
know.
15 million other stores across the world.
Right. Yeah, so looking at our Apple trade here, we entered again, recall that 172.80. We took out a piece here at 172.96, and we took out another piece here at right at 173, and we're going to hold the rest. We call it holding for the dream. So we've got a quarter left of our Apple position on that, and we're just gonna let that work. Let's see what the chat is talking about here. We're seeing some G-Box, Kirk, BBIG, SkyT, Vero, and BBY. Okay, that's a lot of low float, small cap plays there, which we've been looking at all morning.
Yeah, Veru, maybe in that list of stocks that are missing out for Kai over there. Kai absolutely kills these low float stocks every day. We love her. She's a monster at the low floats, man. You gotta teach me one day how to put some damage on these low floats the way you do. I just find my comfort in these large cap stocks where I know I'm not gonna get rug pulled on. I mean, look what happened on me on BBIG. I went long BBIG. I got rug pulled on in the very next 5-minute halt open. So there's the reasons why I try to stay away from these stocks as much as I can, and I only try to dabble with the stocks that have the extra momentum, the extra fun behind it. Veru right now, 21% to the upside, rejecting 24, sadly. Let's see if we can break out of 24 at some point. Volume coming back into the market too. S&P 500 back towards the high of day, now up 0.35% on the S&P 500 market, and NASDAQ also back towards the high of day pre-market ranges, and only down 0.06%. So let's see if the No, someone's screaming for a second. You heard that?
Yeah,
I thought someone was screaming.
Playing,
Yeah, I was like, what was that?
Sound like the Joker.
That was in a meeting with Greg? Ah, okay, that wasn't even the TV. So talking about the Zoom meeting with Greg and so on. Luca's actually in the meeting and someone was screaming in that meeting. That's what it
like
was.
The Joker a little.
It did. I was like, is there a hospital somewhere? Or maybe not, I'll shut up. Veru over here trying to take out 24. We're all waiting for these stocks such as Veru, for Bed Bath & Beyond, for even BBIG. Even though the fun for me on BBIG is done, I'm sorry. If you are in that stock and trying to capitalize on that move, the fun for me in BBIG is done. I think I'm just going to patiently hold on to my Bed Bath & Beyond move to see where we can get out of it.
Okay, this is actually not one of the stocks that we typically talk about, but Home Depot has just been a monster today. So the open price was $312, and now we're at $330 with a high of $333. I took a little scalp on this one earlier, not much size, given the price of it, obviously. But if this is one of those ones where you look back at it and say, geez, I wish I held that. Didn't really go against you. You could have had a trailing stop, probably not got stopped out if you actually left a reasonable amount of room between the current price and your trail. This is one of those ones where, I looked at it in the pre-market. Earnings came out at 6 a.m. I was up at 5:45 to look at this one. It didn't move. It had no liquidity in the pre-market. I waited till 7, thinking maybe when retail came in at 7 that it would move. It didn't. So I focused more on Walmart, which I had a good one on there. But this one, right off the bell at 9:30, it just went up. It did not look back. And this is the kind of the stock that I love, except for the price, obviously, because you can't really size in. So HD, whoever had that in the morning off the bell, kudos to you. I wish I was able to hold. I wish I had any more patience. Perhaps I need to meditate. Who knows? What do you do for patience, Brad?
Oh, man, you're asking the wrong person. I actually need to meditate myself. I need to do a bunch of stuff myself on
Neil
that
is trolling us, by the way.
What did he say?
I don't know.
No, what is that?
For like cholesterol?
So he's talking about beta blockers, concert pianists. I don't want empty noise. Makes people relax and makes people calm down. So beta blockers, concert pianists.
I didn't know that.
It just sounds like Xanax to me, my friend.
Very interesting.
That sounds like an anxiety blockers like Xanax or Valium or something.
Well, my dad's a pharmacist. Maybe he can hook us up. I'm playing. Of course, we're just joking about that. Of course.
We don't talk about those out loud. Yeah. Hey, no drugs, guys. Drugs are bad, okay? But SoFi, people are talking about SoFi in the chat. Apparently, SoFi has got more institutional buying later on in the day. Our boy Stop Console Wars is talking about that. Obviously, man, every time SoFi launches up, I get a little happy. The next day, it poofs back down. down and I get really upset. So I just stop looking at SOFA on a day-to-day basis. I'm way too bipolar for this bipolar moves on this market. So just gonna leave this one alone. That NU break 6, we having a 2-day run here. Yeah, indeed, that's what we're waiting on. Thank you for the super chat.
Yes.
I don't know if we actually get the $6 break today. I mean, the stock is up $24. The average true range on this stock is what? Let me go quickly check that over here on Finviz. Way less than that. Says Sean, so way less than $1 is the average true range. At 36 cents is average true range. It's a $1.17 move on the stock today. I don't think we're gonna have a lot more oomph in it, but I could be wrong. Volume could come back in later on in the day. Once the show ends over here and we go into Power Hour or the closing show with Neil, Sean, Brendan, maybe volume comes back in then and actually allows NU to break the highs. But for now, I think just wait patiently. Don't try to take the high day breakout when there is no volume to support your thesis.
Yeah, so shout out to Jose Mercado for the super chat there. Thanks, brother. We'll have a look at NU, but as Pratt said, yeah, it's probably not the best time. Let's have a look here at our Apple. We closed our Apple trade for a good gain. We are still in our Revlon position. We're waiting until that 950 or the 960 level perhaps to average down with a super tight stop. After that, we won't let it go against us too much. We're not holding too much of that, so it's not that big of an L, which is always good. Let's have a look at our scanners here. G-Box is still holding above VWAP, and I like these kind of plays, this G-Box play here, where it's a low float, small cap play, and these ones here, I have like a method called the VWAP hold high of daybreak. So basically, I spoke about it a little bit yesterday. I'll repeat it again for those who didn't hear it. Basically, it's just a stock that can hold above VWAP going into the afternoon, that was strong into the morning. You don't have to get it right off VWAP. It could be in and above it, maybe 10, 15 cents, whatever the price, relative to the price of the stock. And then basically you're holding at a lower level and you're hoping to reach or break the high of day. In this case, it would be the $2.86 level. So maybe perhaps here, if G-Box gets down to that 235 level, which is a 200 EMA, or that 225 level, which is VWAP, we'll take a long on that one. So G-Box is definitely continuing to be in play. BBIG, let's have a look at BBIG. It's the second leading gapper in the market today. That one is holding VWAP as well, but it's just like a concoction of different halts and halts up and halt down. So now it's in that consolidation pattern between the 130 and the 125 level. We'll leave that one alone. It looks really ugly on the chart. BBBY seems to be pulling back here after making some good earlier gains out of that the bull flag that we spoke about. Now we're testing that 25 level. Seems to be holding above it. A couple of candles closed below it, but relatively, positive. Again, this one is also in play for that VWAP break high of day. I just realized I'm not sharing that chart, so let me flip that here. Excuse me, guys, while I get used to my setup. There's a lot that I still need to fix and to be more fluid on the show, because we are using multiple monitors here. What do you got, Brad?
I'm looking at BHP, the Australian mining company, which came out with the biggest earnings report since 11 years. So obviously that's going to bring in some positive moves for the stock. It's a mining corporation. I forget what the article that I read in the morning actually said in terms of where they got that gain in, or what metal they got that gain in. I'm drawing a blank on it, but it's not that important. The point is, good earnings report, allowing the stock to launch to the north side, absolutely ripping past every single barrier over here. 11.3 billion last year, and this year they made 30.9 billion. So big increase in the mining corporation's net value overall. Allowing us to take positions, well, not take positions, but allowing the stock itself to go up 5% today. Now we're expecting very soon, coming in, the 100-period EMA on the 5-minute, on the daily chart to come into play. Sorry, I'm looking at the $62 level coming into play sometime this week, next week. But the volume on the stock might die out pretty hard. So you got to be careful if that is the case over the coming week or so. If the volume dies off, maybe there's no trade for ourselves, but I'm just gonna put some stocks over here. what other stock did I have on here? No stock over here. So I'm gonna put the stock here, which is BHP that I have to look at for tomorrow, and NU for tomorrow, Bed Bath & Beyond also for tomorrow, and I guess we could leave it at that for now. Obviously, let's see how the market moves to starting pre-market or even after hours. Do we have any important earnings reports coming out? Let me quickly head over to the screen, see if anything stands out on a quick second. We already had Walmart and everything, but nothing stands out for me. That's after hours. Tomorrow, Target. Ooh, baby, Target, as what's his face, Tony said not too long ago. Krispy Kreme, donut. I guess that's about it, man. And I haven't had Krispy Kreme in so long, man. So long. You lived in America, right?
No.
Oh, it was somebody else. That was somebody else.
So we're always down there every now and again, but that's definitely not one of the spots that I hit up, sadly. But I do love In-N-Out. Do you like In-N-Out?
Never been there.
No, it's great. Yeah, you got to get the fries animal style.
Animal style? What is that,
Animal
like
style.
Dino Nuggies?
I don't know, but it's just good. Whatever. When I go down there, that's what they tell me to do. So let's have a look here at Revlon. Now it's approaching that VWAP level. It's looking like perhaps we may reload at that 960 level. So, we'll wait for that one. Otherwise, let's see what the chat is up to here. Fubo, again, we already dealt with that. Okay, let's have a look at Fubo. People yelling out Fubo in the chat. Let's go back here, have a look at Fubo. Oh, Fubo is breaking out heavily. Okay, so we're at that 960, that 683 level. Okay. So Fubo doing its thing here, and we were actually red on Fubo because it went against us. So perhaps here we may take a long going in. What do you think about a long on Fubo, Prad? That 680 level?
I think we're just chasing it at this point.
Yeah,
but that
I
would just
agree.
be my opinion. Look, end of the day, trade your own book, chat. You don't want to be trading other people's book, because what people do when they're trading other people's book is they offload the blame to other people when they lose, or they take the credit when they win. So accountability is very important. You got to learn how to be accountable for your own actions every step of the day. If you're gonna try and take this long over here on Fubo, nothing wrong with it, right? But you got to focus, how much higher could it really go? Does it have 100% short float? No, it doesn't. Bed Bath & Beyond does. That's why Bed Bath & Beyond did the moves that it did. The stock is already up 54%. And if you compare it to the sympathy move on Bed Bath & Beyond is up 58%. I think we see a break of 7. It's going to trap people above 7, and then it's going to pull the rug from 7 all the way to the downside. Now, I'm just throwing out theories out there based off of my experience. You're going to have theories based on your experience. Once again, trade your own book. I don't want to take this trade at the moment. I'm already involved in Bed Bath & Beyond, and that stock has been in the money for me ever since I got into it. So I'm gonna nurse that trade a little bit more.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely wait for perhaps a pullback, maybe to that 7 EMA around the 660 before taking a long on Fubo, and perhaps maybe giving it to about 649, 11 cents or so for a stop. Look now, right? It's going into a 2 minute consolidation pattern on the 1 minute chart. So we'll keep an eye on Fubo as the traders come back in here from the meeting. Let's have a look. Yeah, Revlon's still holding above VWAP at that 972 level. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's have a look at how Big Tech is doing. Big Tech, okay, so Apple at that 173 level, and the ES still above that 50 EMA at the 43.13. Microsoft looking good at 292.82. They're all above VWAP, including Amazon. And now even Tesla's above VWAP at the 927 level. So the big tech, the mega cap stocks holding up into the less liquid time of day. That may be a good sign going into power hour and that 2:30 time slot, where the liquidity starts to come back in. So Fubo dropping down here right at that 7 EMA, right at that 660 level. Perhaps we'll take a quick long here and with a super tight stop. And if it goes against us, we'll try to scalp in and out. One of those ones. I listen to podcasts and listen to how people trade. One of the individuals that came on to the podcast that I was listening to, basically he says, I speak fast, I walk fast, I trade fast. So his style was, If I get in and it goes against me 3 cents, I get out. And I go in again, and if it goes against me 3 cents, I get out. And I keep doing that until it goes for me. Well, that may work for him, may not work for you. Depends on how your style of trading is, obviously. So it looks like that Fubo is gonna go without us here. We put an order for 662. Now it's at 680. So that was a 1 minute consolidation pattern, and we're looking to get to the highs of 690 again. And now we're gonna send it over to Prad.
You could have just sent it over. You could have just done that. Too shy to do that, I guess. But yeah, we got a notification in our earpiece that we're gonna head it over to big screen to Brendo for Money Talks.
Hey guys, yeah, quick update for you on currency markets. Right now, we are still seeing some weakness overall in the US dollar, top of the board there, back in the red once again today. 3 days in a row to the downside, although we are off the lows from this morning, 106.5 once again for the DXY. I threw the Canadian dollar up there on the chart because we got inflation data on this side of the border this morning, CPI falling more than expected, back to 7.6%, coming off an 8.5 print last time around for CPI. So some Canadian dollar strength today, 77.5, we'll call it for the CAD. British pound back to the upside as well, 0.2. Japanese yen, Swiss franc kind of chopping around today. They were higher initially, but back to the downside with some of the high risk type of trade coming off once again. Crypto's kind of chopping around today so far as well. Really not much to see for Bitcoin, guys. Back over to you.
Thank you, Brendo. Yeah, we're looking at the Fubo over here as he's still debating what to do with Fubo.
Yeah.
So I'm just throwing out a couple levels over here. Notice this day's bottom on the 25th of January, which happened to respect that bottom as a resistance, and then this bottom over here, which we're above already on today's day. So now that we're in this ranges. This consolidation sideways range, I think, maybe we break 7, trap people, come back down. But if 7 actually breaks, then we have that room to 873. So you could take the $7 break if you want to, and have a stop on the way back through 7 just in case they start pulling the rugs over there. So that's a trade setup over there that you can think about. And if 7 actually breaks properly and just keeps on running, it's a jailbreak run, then baby, you're seeing 870, 850 come into play most likely. That's the setup over there. For right now though, as I did mention earlier, I'm just being patient. There's 30 minutes left on the show over here, waiting to nurse my Bed Bath & Beyond position, but honestly, I might have to nurse it all the way up to 3 o'clock because this does not want to break 28 anytime soon. Our VWAP line is starting to get going sideways now on Bed Bath & Beyond, which I guess is not a bad thing, but it's trying to show you that the buyers are coming in every time above 24, not allowing the stock to go too much further to the downside. We got a super chat coming in asking us about BBIG being up 80%. What's going on? Nothing really specifically for BBIG if I was to guess, because we didn't see any catalyst for it. I'm going to guess it's just because it's another meme stock that's been shorted heavily and has been brought down quite a bit. Bed Bath & Beyond squeezing, AMC trying to squeeze, GMC squoze a little bit because GMC and Bed Bath & Beyond are basically the same thing now with the Ryan Cohen behind it, and BBIG trying to piggyback off all of those ideas or that stock in general and trying to go back above $1. Half of that reason is probably because I pulled up the stock and I saw it below $1 and I said, ha, 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 ha. And then I was like, whoa, Prad's laughing at me. Let me go back to the north side.
Yeah, we're still looking at Fubo here. It's pulling back into that 660 level. That ominous number of 6666 seems to be floating in and around there. Maybe take a trade here off the breakout point, which is, I would say, in and around the 640 level if it comes down there. Otherwise, maybe we'll even look at shorting 7 with a really tight stop because this could go against us really hard. Otherwise, let's have a look at what the chat is talking. DWAC going to be the next.
PRTY.
PRTY is ripping. Okay, what is that stock here?
Party City?
PRTY. Is that in New York?
Yeah, Party City.
Okay.
New York, yeah.
New York. Okay, let's have a look at PRTY.
We're back.
Load.
Party City, New York.
Yeah, it's the charts, you know. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. So what do we got? We're at 225 level seems to be where the breakout point would happen. We have a support level here of around 210 and another support level of perhaps 220 or 219 or so. A couple of support levels you could play off there with the breakout being at 225. Let's have this might be a little bit tricky to enter because it does look a little extended. Let me pull it up on my other chart here. PRTY, so I can get a better view of what it looks like because these white charts are a little confusing. Okay, so VWAP is at around 193 with the 50 EMA being around 210. Couple of key levels here. Liquidity is good, 13.6 million shares traded, so definitely some good liquidity on that. The today's high is at 225, like we mentioned, in the low 157. So perhaps maybe we'll take a quick long here on this particular stock, and we'll keep an eye for a tight stop. So there, we're in long at 225. Perhaps we may average down right at that 220 level, and our final out will likely be in that 210 level, so that we won't let it go against us too much here. Otherwise, let's have a look at what the general market is doing. So on our scanner, we have FUBO. And how is FUBO doing? Okay, it's pulling back at that 660 level. Oh, and there we go. So now we're good in the money here. We're about 5 cents in the money. So maybe time to scalp a little bit out of that at that 230 level. We'll take a little piece out there and we'll hold the rest. And we still have that Revlon trade we entered in at 984. It's coming back to that level, so perhaps we'll take another long at that 10 level if it continues to go up. We're looking for a high of day on Revlon of 11. Pardon me? Coinbase. Okay, Sean says Coinbase. Let's have a look at Coin. Coin is a New York stock, I believe. And I'm wrong. It's a NASDAQ stock. Okay, so let's have a look at Coin here. Yep. Okay, we're just going to go to Brendan.
Yeah, there was a note, Sharif will jump in there to help you out. Robinhood and Coinbase both popping up on a note from FTX. They actually tweeted, so FTX official tweet handle says, excited that FTX will have some new options for traders to use very soon. And then it says, ... this is a hint. So there you go. Robinhood, all kinds of volume. Coinbase as well, all kinds of volume.
Excellent. We're looking at our pretty trade here. Coinbase is just flying right at that breakout level of 91.50, and it hasn't looked back. It's just been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green candles in a row. Let's see if we can make number 6 come to fruition. We're approaching that 95 level, 94, 95. Brad,
What are you looking
Coinbase is flying. You want to have a look at that? I don't know.
Why are you flying? Fly me.
Yeah.
Robinhood Coinbase merger? Ooh, we saw that one coming. Did I not say Robinhood is going to get bought out by somebody in the near future? Let's go. Robinhood probably moving off of that. But look at Bitcoin. Let's go check out Bitcoin. Bitcoin failing to hold above 25K is very upsetting to me. You know, at the end of the day, higher highs, higher low price. Stop crying all the time. You know, your accounts are coming back to life, and you're here still complaining about it. But here we go, man. Cryptocurrencies down about 1% today, sadly. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana all down. Doge and Shiba, though, on the opposite side of that. Doge 11%, Shiba up 6%. I think part of that was because, what's his face? Mark Cuban said something about Shiba and Dogecoin recently, right? I think Mark Cuban said something about Dogecoin and Shiba being better than Bitcoin, or maybe about better than other coin. I think that's why they got pumped up today. But at the end of the day, cryptocurrencies are still red. But here's Coinbase, man. Coinbase does not care about that. Coinbase launching 3.3% to the north side. Look at that size at the 95. Never mind. 180 lots just got wiped out right away. So that size does not matter. We're holding above 95, though. That's a good thing. Let's see how much longer can we hold hold, never mind. We're gonna go right back under 95 over here. As long as we hold 95, that's a good thing for the longs, but we're failing to hold 95 at the moment. Look at that size, 3,000 shares short. That's, well, not short, but 3,000 shares sold below the bid. So clearly they're being aggressive below the bid right now, and they're not being aggressive above the ask. And if you're long, these are the wrong information for you, or the wrong things that you're seeing at the moment. So obviously be careful if you're long at the moment around 95, as orders are smashing below bids. Red means bids, blue means below bids. This is just for me, not for everybody on the show, but maybe I need to put it on the same colors as Neil and Sean are. Not sure what colors they use, but below bid is blue for me, and yellow is above ask. So anytime you see blue or yellow, that means traders or even algorithms, whatever they are being aggressive on either side.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Let's have a look at coin. So we're looking here, perhaps at entering a position into 94. Maybe the short would look, well, it looks a little bit extended at the moment. So we'll have a look at this short here with a tight stop, because we don't want it to go against us too badly here. So we're gonna enter a little quick short, and we'll scalp a little bit right there. There we go, taking off a little piece right there. And we're thinking maybe a 94.75 out if it does go against us, perhaps with taking out the full position in at 94, because I just don't know what this one will do. I've been burned on this many times before, and I don't feel like being burned on it again live. Let's have a look here. We're entering into that area where I'm looking at flattening out completely, perhaps 94. If it could give us 94 down here. What does the tape say? Okay, now it's going back up a little bit. What specifically is the deal between? Do you know what the deal is between Robinhood and Coin?
No,
Okay.
I was in the washroom. I didn't see it, but I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
FTX tweet, I'm guessing is what that should say. Excited that FTX will have some new options for traders to use very soon. This is a hint. So I guess, options for cryptocurrency markets. Not like cryptocurrency markets have been volatile and gambling enough already. They're getting ready to introduce options for that market. So
Yeah.
we'll see how much more monstrous these moves will be. NIO 2025 U.S. market rumors. I'm not sure what that means, but
neither do I.
oh, because they'll hit the U.S. markets. Their cars will hit the U.S. markets. I'm
okay.
guessing that's what that means. A rumor, the rumor not confirmed.
How do you
just
feel
a
about
rumor.
the replaceable battery technology and that whole thing?
Like where you walk into a gas
Yeah.
station and just replace it.
Yeah.
I was actually listening to a podcast and JRE, Joe Rogan Experience.
Okay.
And in there's this car enthusiast, and this car enthusiast was the guy that Tesla was after for buying broken Teslas and making his own Tesla off the broken Tesla. So
Really?
so Elon was sorry, not Elon. Joe Rogan was interviewing him, and they brought up that conversation. And in that conversation, Joe was like, "Whatever happened to that idea?" And the person literally said it was not feasible.
Yeah.
Imagine you going into one of those gas stations. Right now, oil's regulated. You have the 87, 91, 93, whatever, and they're all regulated. No matter what gas station you go to, for most part, they're the same thing, right? But for batteries, you don't know if you're getting a Duracell or an Amazon Basic.
No, absolutely.
Right? And you don't know if that Amazon Basic has been sitting there just draining battery. And you know how batteries don't really stay 100%, right?
Absolutely.
They go to 100, then
Yeah.
they diminish to 99, then 98, and they diminish. How do I know that this Amazon Basic battery is at 99 or 80?
No, that's
they
a
just
good
come in
question.
and you put it in. Now I don't know if I can get the full thing out of it. That's why it's not feasible. It doesn't make sense. But maybe somewhere down the road, there's rules and regulations that come in that says if your battery cannot charge more than 70%, you're not allowed to sell it anymore. You're not allowed to use it.
Yeah.
Like if we have proper rules and regulations, I think that is still very feasible. But just based off of that conversation and a little bit of my own brainstorming, I think we're far ways from there.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that. But from what I hear, it's like a whole experience over there. When you pull into the station and have the battery replaced, they have like a lounge area where you can have drinks. And apparently in their culture, it's nice to be able to associate with people on your level. It's like what you can do for me, what I can do for you. This
Barter
is
system?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like kind of a social experience for them to go in and have their battery changed and to kind of shoot the breeze, so to speak. So from perhaps a technology side, maybe not so feasible, especially with new batteries coming in with extended range and not really needing to replace your battery often. But from a social side, perhaps they can have like these little add-ons in their lounge where they can charge you for this and that. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. Looking at Coinbase, coming back to coin, that short proved out to be solid. So we didn't hold on to the entire position. We got short right at that 94.50 level. We scalped a little bit out. We took half out at that 94.23, and we took the rest out right at that 94 level. So that ended up being a key level, that 95 level, a nice little dip trade there. And now, you know, it's consolidating right above that 93.50. Let's see what it continues to do, whether this is just a 1 minute pull-up or whatever. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's have a look here at BBBY, which is consolidating in that 25 pattern. Revlon also again in that $9.80 pattern. So we'll keep an eye on those two. Nothing too crazy to report there. We're completely flat on everything except our Revlon trade, which we're in at 9.84, and so we're 18 cents out of the money.
People talking about AMC in the chat over there. AMC currently up 4% now. It was actually red at one point, but AMC now up 4% on the day, taking out the high day. Did create a new high day also. We're just waiting to see if Bed Bath & Beyond can help AMC now a little bit more than it already has for the most part. Lots of buying coming in on these meme stocks for sure. Only 15 minutes left on the closing, not closing, on the midday movers for Sharif and myself over here. Make sure you're sticking around for the closing show, though. We're going to go over to the closing show in about 15 minutes. It's going to be Neil, Sean, Brendan, and it's going to be a brand new like counter. So make sure you're hitting that like button on that show, too. Help us out on the YouTube algorithm. For those of you who have already, mucho obrigado. Thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot. For those of you who haven't, come on, man. Don't be like that. Smash that like button. Time to address a super chat that I might have slacked off on a little bit. It's this one right here. And shout out to my boy, Bears vs. Bull, man. If you didn't do this for me, I probably would have missed so many super chats. You're awesome for this. Janaswamy Funny Prasad. Hey, Funny, that's my brother's middle name too. That's crazy. All right, maybe this is my brother just trolling me. Does MEGL have a chance to cross 30s? You're not gonna like the way I answer this question. Sadly, this is how I answer the question to everybody. What was that? BBBY 26, bro. Let it break 28, man. MEGL trying to, struggle at the moment. We did take that MEGL long yesterday at $11.70. We got a sick move out of it, but we missed out on a bigger move on that position because, just because we missed it out, whatever. Not gonna complain about that too much. But MEGL today looked promising in the pre-market. Oh, yeah. Sadly, gave away most of that moves after. Now you're asking me, will it cross 30s? Look, these are just gambling questions at the end of the day. Look at what the market is providing you. Is the stock providing you with such a move today? Probably not, because it's heading to the downside ever since it opened. But maybe somewhere down the road, it might cross 30. It might not cross 30. Those questions are for the future. We're day traders here. We deal with the intraday, minute by minute, second by second time span. The future, we'll deal with it when it arrives.
Yeah, BBBY just got called out from the background by one of the traders there. Great consolidation pattern in between that 25 and that 25.50 level. Held for about 20 minutes, and then boom, all of a sudden there's an upside. We're at the 26.18, 26.20 level. The high of day is at around that 28 level, so we've got ways to go to make back what we started there. We had a good couple of scalp trades here off BBY. You'll be able to see this was our in at this 26.20 level. We scalped out half at the 26.65 level, or quarter, excuse me, at that level at 26.95. We took out another quarter, and then we took out top wick here at 27.12. So, and actually, sorry, those were all quarters, and then another one at 26.75. So we're positive on BBBY. We're happy with how we traded that. don't really want to give back any of the gains I made there, so we'll wait for something more concrete other than just a 1 minute shot up candle here, and it's consolidating back, pulling back into that 26 level. It could go back right into 25. BBY is so volatile. We could have the rug pulled from under us as quick as it went up. It could go down. So we'll be careful with that one. Looking back here at the scanner, we've got BBIG holding VWAP, not doing much in the way of moves. G-Box as well. Now that's breaking below the 200 EMA. So those ones are off the scanner. And Fubo holding that 50 EMA well at the 663 level. But we've got our eye most notably on Rev, because that's the only position we've got left, and we're not in at 984, and we're in, right now it's in that consolidation pattern between 10 and 970 at that 980 level. So we're going to continue to wait on that one. We'll have a definite stop out here at that 950 level, or the $9.49. We'll give it 1 penny there, but we won't let it go too much against us here. If it goes anywhere near 10, we're going to get out half the position. We're not going to let this one turn on us. Brad?
Sorry, buddy over here was walking with the lunch, so I was trying to see what the lunch was, because we got a super chat.
Oh, yeah.
What's the lunch? Chicken parm, okay, yeah, because we got a super chat coming in with €1.79, I think, saying cheeseburger for you, Prad. So we got chicken parm or super chicken. You know, I'll debate it a little bit, but honestly, I don't think I'll be spending money today on food outside, because it's my niece's birthday. We're gonna be going out for food. She's about to turn 2 years old, man. So my niece's birthday today.
Terrible twos.
Sir?
Terrible twos.
Terrible twos?
I'm not trying to make any comment on
no,
your
you're
niece,
good, you're
obviously,
good, you're
right?
good.
But that's what they say, terrible twos.
Yeah,
Is
no,
she
you're
a
good.
handful yet, or what?
Thankfully not to me.
Okay,
You know, I
good.
don't have to do anything. All I have to do is come show love and you know.
That's the benefit of being
That's
the
the
uncle.
benefit. That's it. I don't have to do anything. My brother was like, you know, go do this, go do that. I'm like, nope, I didn't give birth to her. That's your job. You give birth to her. I didn't tell you to give birth to her. I was more than happy being the only kid at home. But now it's your fault, right? But no, happy birthday to her. I love you. You know that, Shayla. And I can't wait to come home. I bought her a little Pikachu toy.
Hey.
She doesn't even know what Pikachu is, so I don't know why I bought that for her.
She'll know.
It may be somewhere down the road, and
Yeah.
by that time, that toy will probably be ruined, because my dog just loves ruining toys in general.
It'll be
But
worth
yeah,
some.
thank you for the wishes over there in the chat, guys. I can't wait to go have some fun. So chicken parm for lunch for me is the thing on the menu. We got about 8 minutes left over here. Let's see what we're gonna do with the market. Or Brad, your
yeah.
uncle. Yes, I am an uncle.
Yes, at Hyatt Day.
Hopefully for only one kid for now. What is it, the Hyatt Day?
So the ES is at the
Good
Hyatt
call,
Day at
yeah.
the moment at 43.19.
What a joke.
But speaking for big cap stocks, we shouldn't have got out of that Apple position. We should have just held, like we said. But obviously, emotions get involved, and greed gets involved, and you see those dollar signs and you punch out. But you know
All I see is dollar
part of the
signs.
game. You know, a part of the learning process is learning to control your emotions and trusting what you see on the screen, trusting your levels. And, you know, that comes with time, obviously, and that's not going to be something that you get right away. Well, not me anyway. So
Well, you have a lot of discipline. I think someone like you can really transition quicker and better, honestly, because of the discipline you have at the gym regimen. You can transfer that mentality right into your trading and be disciplined for your levels. And that in turn is patience, because you're waiting for your levels.
Yeah.
And then in turn of patience, which comes into the other thing that you were talking about, which is your meditation and so on.
Yeah.
So I think you, compared to me, because I'm before gym and you're after gym, right? So who's Jim? That's another
Yeah.
YouTube joke over there.
That
But you know, with your skill set that you've honed in with all that years of constant pain to your body, I think you're in the prime spot for that.
Yeah, I'm trying. I think that I may start adopting some meditation regimens. It's just the time. The time to actually get that in is very difficult. Looking at BBY here, it did break above that little consolidation, that bull flag, if you want to call it that, on the 1 minute chart right here. If we could
AMC
look at
26.
AMC 26. Okay, let's have a look at AMC. Even though BBY looks good, let's have a look at AMC right here. Okay.
And broke.
Have to hit it again.
AMC
And there
just
it
broke.
is. Okay. Excellent long on AMC there. Let's see on the 5 minute chart on the hour chart. Let's see what we got here to be able to look for some key levels. Okay, so, let's zoom out. It's a little convoluted here. Okay, so yeah, we're looking at that 2660 was the level a few days ago. So definitely have an eye on that 2660 level. Anything above that, we're looking even further back. And then we're looking at that 2730 level from a few days ago as well. So that 2660 and that 2730 on the hour chart are something to keep our eyes on.
New people every day. What's up with that? I mean, that's the point, baby. That's the point. We're trying to introduce you to as many trading styles as we can. You know, Trader TV Live trying to be, well, not trying to, continuing to be the #1 show on the internet for trading, trading terms, that is. And that we can only do so by not being, you know, stale in our trading methodologies and our capabilities. And people like Sharif, even Tony can come on and help me out with that. Because look, I am without a doubt a large cap trader. I go to your Apples and your AMCs, sorry, AMC. I go to your Apples and your Microsofts and so on, and I stick to my basket of stocks. It's good to have people come on with more trading styles, your buyouts, you know, your small caps like Luca, the low flow god himself. So all of these positions, that's what we're trying to do over here for the midday show. Because the closing show and the morning show is already pitch perfect. You got Neil, you got Sean, you got Brendo. You don't need anyone else besides that. But you know what we do need right now is this move on Bed Bath & Beyond, heading back to $28. BBBY.
Yes, it is flying. BBBY.
Bullet, bullet. Gunshot, gunshot.
We're looking for that break of the 28 level, which was the last halt level here. Brad is turning up over here.
Come on,
Being instigated by
it's time
Sean,
for DJ time again, baby. Rum and Coke time. It's about to be whiskey sour time. Okay, let's get this $28 break coming in for the BBBY. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, it seems to have stalled a little bit here. You know, we're holding at that previous breakout level, which is at 2720. 2725 level. We're roaming around here, that part there. So we'll keep an eye on that one. If it breaks, let's have a look back at AMC. What is AMC doing around that 26 level? Okay, so I got to click that one. AMC is, it's consolidating as well, pulling back below that 26 level at that 2580. We'll wait for that one. We identified those levels for you earlier. Kind of hard to take a trade on this one here because the breakout level is basically at 2490. And then otherwise, you know, you had a little bit of consolidation at that 2540 and that 2520 level. In and around there, you see a few red candles on the 1 minute chart. So kind of hard to identify where I would take a long here. Where would you take the long on AMC here, Brad, if you want?
That's a double-edged sword question right now. I have no clue, honestly. You know, we're already pumping. I missed my moves on AMC. I just got to be careful on where I push my size. People in chat want me to take a look at Upstart. Even Upstart is going absolutely bonkers right now. Upstart up 11% to the north side. Held a nice little bottom around $31. Created that V-shaped recovery. And now we're about to test $37 to the upside. Jeez. So even Upstart going crazy. You know, Upstart also has a pretty decent short float on it. Let me go check what that is real quick. UPST, Upstart low short float is 35%. So basically any stock with a high short float right now is just getting squozed. And yes, squoze is a real word. And Bed Bath & Beyond is pushing to 28 right now. Can we get a 28 break? Round 3. Let's see it. Don't piss me off by not going through this time. Come on. Let's see this break happening. I've been waiting for this break since 3 hours. Let me get this break. Come on, Mark.
Brad is smashing the keyboard. Yes, that is the noise that you're hearing. He is not dedicated to the 28 break, but it isn't breaking 28 at the moment. We're hovering on that 27 3/4 level. Will it break 28? The volume is definitely there on the tape and on the level too. Oh, here we go right back down to that 2760 level. Okay, not a bad long here at that 2740 with perhaps a really tight stop in that 2720 level because it could go against you anytime.
I want this 28 break. We didn't come this far to not break 28 for the second time and run past 28.60, which is the highest day. We better do that. I mean, come on, man. We didn't do all of this for nothing. We didn't burn all the short sellers and all the bears just to come hang out at 28 and you know, do nothing with this level. And now, anyways, I'm $4 in the money. We got about 30 seconds left over here. I'm about to start wrapping off the show. Sure, if you want to say any goodbye notes to the viewers.
Love you guys, and I'll be back again tomorrow, probably the same time. And we'll be trading these low floaters because that's what they've been doing. It's been low float season. And to be honest with you, I love it. I started my career trading low float, small cap, micro cap. So when they're back in action, it reminds me like it's 2020 all over again. Early 2021, early 2020. So yeah, we'll definitely be back and we'll be trading those ones. But we're going to send you over to the big kahunas now.
Yeah, the big show is coming on now. Take care. Same time, same place. Yeah. Ciao.
Ciao, bambinos.
Hey guys, welcome back. 2 o'clock, couple hours left in what's turning out to be a meme kind of Tuesday afternoon around here. Yeah, they're all back in a big way. 12% right now for GME, leading the way back to the upside for these things, along with BBB. Why? We'll talk about that coming up here in a second. Tilray, I just saw, even Tilray just popped up on volume as well. There we go. Yeah, the NASDAQ made it all the way back to positive territory. We were
it tested this 13 area, you had this nice double top and then triple top forming. All of a sudden, yesterday you had a gap up above this level and a continuation. So that wasn't even a tradable break. However, the next level up, 17, and anyone that was watching that level when it got there, that 17 level, pretty gigantic on Bed Bath & Beyond. So fast forward to today, when absolutely everybody is looking for the same breakout trade. It is a very simple double top momentum squeeze play off of 17, and it gives you the first move, instantly pushing to 18. It gives you a reload back in off of 17. And then from there, it's even the 18 break, riding the 18 break up to 19 even. And here's where my round numbers get the absolute best of me. I go away from the trend, looking only long sequentially at 17, 18, 19 into 20, to then decide to short 20 even. So there was a bit of a fail break at 20 even. It got up to 20 and a half, slammed back down in. There was a decent short in there if you're able to catch it, and it did play back into the 19, breaking a couple of times. Looked like the momentum was with you. However, when it came the third time to try to take this, it just simply took out the top, and then you were off to the races once again. The key thing here is, one might think, and this is a very tricky trade up at this 28, when you have now a parabolic move, and keep in mind, this has already shown you like a $4 move into another 4 into a break of that 17. So once it extends past 21, it's starting to get in rarefied air. 25 is gone, you turn at 28 and halt down. At this point, it's one of two things when it opens back up. Either look to see if it is going to capitulate, in which case you should see minimum a test or break of VWAP, or if that halt price gets instantly supported. Well, you can guess what happened. The halt price, it opens up barely below the halt down. It is instantly supported. There's bids above that previous high at 24, and it's a simple break back out to that upside. And as we speak, Bed Bath & Beyond is challenging this 28 high. The key thing is you can get in and out, take dollar trades, get 50 cents here, dollar, try to hold on to a piece. I love taking those breaks, getting out, getting back in. So for the rug pulls, I'm not likely to be stuck with it. But wow, when the momentum is going in one direction, you have to find some way to be in that long, whether it's taking the breakouts, whether it's waiting for a big dip, whether it's just simply buying and holding. But above 17, it was a crowded trade, but it didn't matter today once this started to get squoze. Your trade of the day brought to you by Daytrade the World. As always, start your trading career with the capital you need at Daytrade the World.
And when the rug pulls come, you got to get out of the way. Wow, that was pretty exciting. It fails once again up at 28. Bed Bath & Beyond was on the watch list this morning, guys. Make sure you grab that. We are working on, in the background, again, an alternative that will maybe potentially deliver said email right to you every single day. But more to come on that. Let's go right over to the guys, because we had a pretty epic failure there at 28 again.
Like, what did I miss?
Yo, what's up? I don't know what you missed, but I mean, it could be Fubo if you come over here. We just got into Fubo right now, 660 up to 680. We're starting to run things a little bit now. We'll go bang for the Fubo trade as that's really starting to work out. We also have Lucid Neil as that's breaking 19. That's up to 1950. We have this as well. We still have that Nubank, by the way, from $5 all the way still at day's high. So it's a nice little 80-cent winner as well. And we did find our way into PayPal right now. Got out there, got back in. Now PayPal's starting to go back up to the upside. Oh, and electric car maker NIO, rumors about coming back into the United States. So we took a long there. Hasn't really moved off that, but yeah, Fubo starting to make some room here to the upside. Again, another one of those names getting squeezed out. A big social media stock upside today. 690 right there is the day's high. We're out of now 30% of this from our 660 take. We'll see if Fubo can go a little bit higher, but I think that's what all the noise is about.
Yeah, Fubo's been stupid strong. I'm kind of kicking myself. Like, there's so many of these squeeze names right now. Like Fubo, when Brendan came to us, was at $4.60. It then broke a $5. I gave up at $5.50. I'm back in myself as well when it retraced that $6.50 area. I just got some out there. I guess when I was up there, it looks like it came up to that $7 range. But AMC, which when we left you this morning, I was talking about how Bed Bath & Beyond had capitulated and AMC turned into the easiest short ever. Well, that's over. 25, when Bed Bath & Beyond made its first high of the day, I think it was at $20. That same point, AMC fell back from 25 into 24, from 24 to 23. It then was a short again off of that 25 level. Now it's breaking out at 25, and it's at the high day at 26 even. If you can't beat them, join them. At some point, you just got to go with the grain. And for any of these squeeze names, it is joining the train ride to the upside, guys. It is an absolute moonshot kind of a day. The longs are paying off. And let's not forget about the fact that the market has turned convincingly green, which is pretty impressive as well.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to go back to Brendan or not, because we're talking memes are back right now. Brendan, any update on any of those?
Yeah, another one to add to the list here, guys. They're dusting off the entire list from back in 2020. Here's KOSS, just taking out day highs at 17% back to the upside. Maybe a trip to BlackBerry land should be in the future as well. But all of these, I mean, Bed Bath & Beyond obviously doing all of the volume this afternoon, but all of these with pretty epic moves here.
Yeah, if
prognostication,
if BlackBerry's up 10%, then there's a short in there today. That's for darn sure.
Good job, Daryl. Killed the Megal short as well. If you're able to find shares, good one on that. Yeah, so here's a couple names there from Darwin. Macy's, yeah, Macy's could be one that's run. Whoops, Macy's has been one that's run in the past. We could see if that can go today. Nokia, another one. Thanks, Darwin, as well. Wish. Remember Wish? I mean, I wish that was still over $1. Is it still over $1?
Yeah, it is. It's
$1.74. Yeah. Okay. So this one can get going for sure. And then Clover. Don't tell me Clover's moving. You guys just trolling here. Ooh, Clover with a nice little ARCA bid right now as well. So yeah, okay. I see you, Clover. It is starting to move a little bit here. So yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get caught up in all this meme craze. I mean, there are a couple good stocks that we have on board already, including this Fubo. Holy Fubo Crow. A nice little move to the upside right now for Fubo. Yes, sir. Here we go, man. We are excited, boy. Stock starting to go back upside. There's Fubo. Yeah, buddy. Nice little 35 cents in the money now on FU. BO here. Fubo trying to break out through 7. Let's go. Oh my God. They're all moving around right now. Fubo, just one of those names. Lucid also, bigger shares obviously on Lucid, but here goes Fubo. Let's get some out at 7.
I'm looking for the 7 break as well. On this. Every 50 cents has been pretty good on some of these. I did check. Wish is making a power move. So there's some of these that I think I want to put in the bucket of fading if they go any higher. Wish at $2 makes some sense to me. Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm going to stay away from shorting that. I only look for the direction of the upside. But here comes the 7 break on Fubo. Breaks have been solid for almost all of these. So I'm going to take this even dollar break on Fubo. Just make sure we can get my stop order in. I don't know if we have to pay for shorts on this. This is one where I don't want to. I'd rather play the long side on Fubo. I just feel like a cost I just paid for. BlackBerry, if it is actually making a move, I think that can be worth it for a short. I didn't check. I checked cost.
No, I checked everything but that for some reason.
I just feel like if there is a deep pullback on AMC or Bed Bath & Beyond, some of these will be easier shorts than others, and I'm putting cost into that category. It's one of my go-tos when these meme stocks start to go and I want to fade something. By the way, GME, which I don't think we haven't really looked at, this is holding at about 12% up on some lower highs, and it started to die down. At one point, it was GameStop that made a big run and halted up about 10%.
Yeah.
Looks like that's pretty much gone. And I don't want to ignore, because I guess it's not a squeeze stock. Maybe it is. Does Vinco count anymore? I have no idea. It was halted for a week and a half, as you all remember. It opened up at 75 cents. I wish that's what I had. Got involved with it after like the first halt, and then it opened up above like 110 or so. It made a high of 140. That break was no good, but I've been scalping it ever since off this 125. Starting to slow down, Vinco. Looks like it's not quite as active as the rest, but Fubo, that's active. And that broke 7 even. So once again, it is rinse and repeat. We grabbed the 7 break as well. Now I have 703s. We're out of the 650s, and we're on to the next, which might be 750, might be 7.25. Either way, I want to pay myself on this break and see if we can't get this one to continue going. It is one of those days. It feels like 2 years ago.
Was it 2 or 1 year ago?
Was it 1 year ago?
Yeah, I think it was only 1 year ago. Yeah, and we're feeling pretty good, man. Yeah, it was in the spring.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so there it is. What's it going on? Another one there, another banger coming through there. Just got some out at 7:14 on For Us, By Us here. Fubo is starting to go right up. Of course, that's Fubu. I don't know if you guys remember. I mean, that's how old we are. Does Fubu even exist anymore? Like,
I forgot to look it up. We talked about that before, and I was like, oh, I should look.
It's the Dragon's Den guy, Dame something.
Dame
Dash? I don't know. That's not Dame Dash. Shout out to Rockefeller Records.
Everybody had some Fubu. You had it back in the day.
Everyone, I mean, pretty much you had a hat or some sort of a sweatshirt or some sort of t-shirt.
It's Dame Dash.
Oh, it is Dame Dash?
Dame Dash. Yeah.
Okay.
Fahad knows. That's his boy.
I don't think it is. It's not Dame Dash. Okay. I'll have to look that up. All right, but never doubt Fahad. So that's for sure. But we are just watching some of these names, Brendan. I mean, I don't know. PayPal, we talked about that earlier. This is a 75-cent winner right now on PayPal. We did test it early, got out there and then back in. Yeah, it's Damon John. You see, like, you don't come at me, bro.
The Rock is Dame Dash.
Don't.
The Rock.
That is what I'm talking about. All right. All right. We'll move off on that. Look up Rockefeller Records there.
It's the Rock.
Fahad. It's the Rock in the building right now. But yeah, someone said before that they were surprised how cultured I am. What does that even mean? I mean, what? Because you know what I'm saying.
I'm not even.
You know what I'm saying, Neil?
What? You're allowed to know about hip hop culture.
Thanks, man.
It's for
Damon John.
Come on now.
There it is. All right, so let's just move on from that. Fubo, wow, Neil. Still, I know you punched that 7, but we just waited for that to reload back down there at 650. So we did take that one, and then it's a big one to the upside right now. So good one here as we continue. It's moved to the north side. Here we go, man. I don't want to be holding on to everything for very long. Our Neo, this doesn't seem to have as much oomph to it as before, so might have to take a little bit out on Neo. Thought this would go a little bit. It didn't really break through. You can see here, it's starting to go up. Yeah, I took it. So I took it here on the news that they're coming to the U.S. Apparently, they're already being sold in the U.S., but so I don't know exactly about that. But it did fall back into the 50 period, which is where we reloaded. So we were close to getting stopped out. I'm just going to get some more out here. I don't really trust this position as much as I'd like to. So let's take some O's and wait for some O1s. Oh, there we go. We got O1s there. So we'll wait on this. But Neo is the least confidence out of all my positions.
Oh, for the record, I just want to say, like BlackBerry, I don't know if this counts as going because the big spike it had, that's when GameStop I think made it spike at 11 something. I mean, come on, it's not really moving very much. I'm watching the tape here. It's like watching paint dry. If there's a big capitulation in these other names, then, you know, if you can get BlackBerry this close to the high, that makes a lot of sense to me. It's free shorts for us too. So I'll go over to this one, just sort of thinking of VWAP retracement. It's not much. It's like 720 to 7 even, but it might be a free one if these start to pull back in heavily enough.
Just looking at Polestar, guys. Polestar popped up a little bit earlier. I was trying to find a picture of this car. This is not a good one, but PSNY, if you remember. Confirming today that will be available 2025, I guess, directly to compete with Tesla's new Roadster that is apparently also coming sometime. Maybe we should talk about Walmart here, or does actual earnings matter on a day like today? I'm not sure it does. But Walmart, only in the sense that the entire retail group in the market is up 3, 4, 5% off of Walmart's report. Home Depot as well, back to the upside today. So decent earnings, nevertheless.
Well, the reaction was.
I mean, we'll go over this because we have to, I guess.
Yeah, we apparently have to.
I don't have one Walmart trade on today, but we did talk about it earlier, and you know what? It was a good trade. I mean, you just had to respect the long early. If you had that, then I mean, it's just been sort of grinding to the long side right now. It's respecting this 50 period. This is a 2-minute chart. That's a 2-minute chart. So I only have a 50 period EMA on there, and then I have volume weighted average price, so VWAP. So I don't have any indicators other than that. I mean, of course, volume down here just to see if there's any spikes. And there hasn't been other than the open, but you're up against the high of the day one more time, 141. So, hey, look, this is going a little bit extended than I thought. I didn't think we'd have 6% in it today. There was some decent dip buy opportunities every time basically we came back to the 50 period. You're able to buy it. I mean, went up here, came back, touched it there, went back, broke it, went back, rode it. So, yeah, I feel like this is going to break the high, man. I mean, 141, I think, is a good one there. I said don't even bother to look at a daily chart earlier just because you have this move down in, and there wasn't really anything in here to look at. And I still really feel the same way. I mean, 141.50. I mean, if we're going to go all the way back to, like, March, I don't know if that really matters. I mean, we're in a way new environment right now. So for me, I just think you let Walmart melt up here as the day goes. I don't have enough confidence to buy this name, especially when everything else is going. I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions right now. I think we'll hold away on Walmart, but congratulations to anybody that had conviction in this name. I mean, it's straight shot to the upside here, and it's been a fire name if you've been long.
Yeah, I mean, I had an idea for what I wanted to do with Home Depot, and that was, okay, well, if it gets back below 316, I'll short below 316. As you can tell, Check's chart, it has spent the entire day absolutely moonshotting. So it never got below what I thought would have been my resistance level, so no trade for me on Home Depot, with pretty mixed earnings for them as well. They had one metric go bad, but if you got the longs early on the retail names when they broke out at these levels, congratulations to you. That was pretty early on in the day. But you're already in PayPal. Lucas has a saying, and as long as it keeps coming up, we didn't come all this way not to take out 103 on PayPal. And it's at 102.99 is the current high of the day. I've been waiting pretty much all day for 103 to break on PayPal, and it's about to do so. The market, the V shape that we just got in this market was, I mean, like, this is a NASDAQ, man. Like, that's pretty epic. Like, we were just cascading to the downside. Then you hold that 13.5 area, and then now we're up about 1/3% and looking like we're even going higher. This isn't just about the squeeze names. And I get it. They're like, you know, percentage-wise, those are all the best moves.
Yeah.
Let's be real for a second. But this market has been churning to the upside. PayPal is strong. You saw Coinbase make some power moves. There was some news with FTX that pushed that and Robinhood up. I'm hoping PayPal can break that even. But Fubo, like, my goodness. And you know what? We have a free watch list every single day. It's not just about that. It is also about these names that come up in the scanner that Brendan will bring to our attention, because Fubo wasn't on anybody's radar until, I want to say, about like 10 o'clock or so when we got alerted to it. And suddenly it's on the verge of taking out, we could get to $8. It's a $4 stock yesterday at the close.
Fod just mentioned in my ear, he said, by the way, we're on PayPal right now. You don't have to worry about that, buddy. We're on PayPal all day long here today as PayPal's been
mentioned PayPal for a second there.
I know you did, and then Fod was like, we're on PayPal. We just go back and forth with that. There it is. We're $1 in the money. So it's actually hit the spot. It's too bad that we did get stopped out there, but we bought it back, or else we wouldn't have had that little red mark there. But there it is, a nice little move back up to the upside. We were trying to respect it against the 50 period. It did dip down a little bit more. But again, on a JP Morgan upgrade, there goes PayPal once again up to 103. I said if we clear 103, I said this earlier that we could see 105, but today I'm not sure about that. If you zoom in a little bit here, you see we're already taking this out. That's that 103. So then I just sort of said like the average range on this thing, you can see about $1, $1.80, $2 or so on PayPal when it moves. That's 2%, right? So I thought that if we took out 103 early, we could get up that other $2 up to 105. So we'll slow down on making predictions now as it's 221, but I still like this name. I still think it can go up to the upside right now. We do have to watch out for Fubo. Wow, Neil, Fubo is like, hello, up to 740 right now. Big time name, and this could go, man. People said that they could see this HKDing itself. I don't
know about that.
I love these blowouts and everything like that. It's been fantastic to trade them. I mean, this is already just one of my top stocks of the day, and I only have this for the last 20 minutes. But don't get too greedy. I mean, greed is great, but at the same time, look what we're running into right now on Fubo, right? So if you're trading this Fubo with me, I mean, it's been a monster trade. We're long now $1 in the money as this continues to go up, but just check out some of these levels. You're running into March highs again of $8 where we danced around here a little bit. So that could be a little takeout spot, 8. So as we're running up here, I mean, let's just go spin it one more time because this is a big show here and a big day to trade this name. As there it goes, up only 75% today. Let's just see where it stops. It just stopped at 760. Like I said, I believe the next stop here is going to be 8.
Yeah, a bit of a pullback. You might have seen a single short pop in there. Yeah, you guessed it. It's BlackBerry. But this just happened on AMC. It was rolling over a little bit off of 26. It gets up to 26.16. We had the breakout at that high of the day, 25.5 or so. Got a bit of a reload. And then it really started to dip to the downside. Once I saw the signs of weakness in some of the meme names, or at least one of them, I looked over and Bed Bath & Beyond. BlackBerry was still at the top, so I took the short off the high, and then we can sit into this one. If they start to come back in, BlackBerry is definitely one I think could be rather cheap to get into the short side of. Bed Bath & Beyond is still churning through volume, but it's also going a bit sideways. It's rejected that 28 for now. It can still happen.